Good evening, everybody. My name is Maria, and I'm on here because I have some feeding questions. Like I said, I'm a first-time mother, and my daughter is about to be 5 months in a couple of days. My issue here is bottles, pacifiers, mainly the nipples, because that's what I'm having issues with. Whenever she was born, um, they asked me if I was going to breastfeed, and I said yes. So as soon as I said that, they brought in a lactation consultant. My baby, I'm so happy this happened. She just latched. I would read stories about babies that did not want to latch, or it was hard for them to. So I was happy about that. After that, I breastfed, what, 2.5 weeks, a week and a half maybe. And then we started going out to family visits. And there I wanted to take formula in a bottle. I didn't feel comfortable breastfeeding in public yet. Not even with a cover, because my baby, for some reason, not when she was born, but ever since I can remember, she was always moving her arms. Always. She was never just laying down on her calm. No. If she was awake, her arms were all over the place. So whenever I did try to cover her, she would throw the cover off. And then you would be able to see my nipple. So I didn't want that to happen. Well, after a while, I decided to, just breastfeed in public. So I only really fed her, how many times? About maybe 10 times. Formula, maybe 10 times. I would put formula in the bottle, feed her, and she would, I would kind of see that whenever I would first put the bottle on her lips, she wouldn't go for the nipple. She wouldn't get it unless it was mine. Then she would just latch. But whenever it was the actual bottle, she would kind of not want to, put it in her mouth. Then whenever she did, because the people, I don't know why I even listened to people whenever they would tell me, well, she's gonna get hungry anyway, so you can just put it there and eventually she'll drink because she's really hungry. So I was like, okay, I did that once. I would put it here. I didn't feed her until she finally took the bottle, but the whole time she was eating, it seemed like she didn't feel comfortable with the nipple. She would drink and then she would like turn away and kind of like put her tongue out to where she didn't want the nipple in her mouth. This was with the Dr. Brown bottles. After a while, I stopped. Well, after that, I stopped feeding her because I just felt like she's uncomfortable. I don't want to make her suffer. To me, that's suffering. A baby can't tell you, I don't want to drink this or I don't feel comfortable with this. So I stopped. I would breastfeed her. After that, whenever I'd go to other people's homes, I would just ask them, can I use your room? Can I go in your room for a little bit and feed my baby? Everyone always says yes. I guess they feel that I feel uncomfortable feeding in public, so yeah, go ahead and go in my room. So I would go feed her, go back outside. Um, so then, after that, I strictly breastfed. No more, nothing, just breastfed. 2 weeks though, I did try, whenever she would go to sleep, I would try to give her the pacifier, and she would just put it in her mouth for about 2-3 seconds and spit it out all the time. And I thought to myself, well, maybe she's hungry, maybe she's thirsty. So I just threw out the pacifier, and every single time at night when she would fuss even a little bit, I would feed her. Um, and I guess she got used to me too much. Because now, when I tried to go to work at the beginning of October, it didn't work. I only worked part-time from 8 to 12, and I thought those were good hours. And I worked really close to home. That's why I took the job. Right before I did go to work, though, I tested it. I would leave the house. I would leave her here with my mom. And my mom, because people told me, leave your house, because whenever you leave, she will she will actually like the bottle because she doesn't sense you around. So I tried that. It didn't work. I would leave and she didn't want to drink. She just wanted me. So then I stopped doing that. Right before, though, I went to buy a breast pump because I wanted to leave milk for her and leave her a little stash before I went to work. Um, I got lucky, I guess. I got the Lancino bottle and the manual pump, and I noticed that the nipple on the bottle was very different. It seemed like it's like, I don't know, the nipple's smaller. Uh, then the Dr. Brown's, the nipple's really long, and it's like, ugh, I don't know. But I guess she really liked the Lancino, the Mama, the purple one, and she actually drank out of that one a couple times. Um, I would pump, she would drink it, but after a while, she didn't want to drink it anymore. She liked it fresh only for about 10-15 minutes. My mom then after that, she would be like, okay, well, it's only been pumped for 30-40 minutes. Let me go ahead and heat it up. First, she would use the cup with warm water and she would put the bottle in there. The milk would get pretty warm and then she would try to feed her, but my baby didn't want it anymore. She would try to give it to her and be like, maybe she just doesn't want the bottle right now. So she would just have her in her arms and try to put her to sleep, but she wanted to eat. So then my mom would try to feed her again, and she wouldn't take it. So then we stopped. Eventually, she started waiting for me. I would be out for 4.5 hours at work, the drive and work, and then drive back home. She waited for me that entire time. She would drink the bottle at the beginning whenever it was fresh out. She would drink it. After that, she would leave it and wait for me to come home. I did feed her right before I left because I wanted her to be full before I left. Then she would drink a little bit more, and then she would go to sleep for about 30 minutes, wake up, wait the entire time. As soon as I get home, she would start eating again. That happened for a long time until I decided, I don't think it's a good idea for me to go to work because my mom would call me and be like, hey, I really need you to come home. Lily's fussing a lot. She doesn't want to take anything. I think she wants you. So then I'd get home and she would eat, fall asleep. And I couldn't go back to work because I only worked 4 hours, and at the same time I knew she was going to wake up fast and then she'd want me again. So that happened for a long time. I left that job. Now I started working. We have this little family project we have here. So I do that now. But as soon as my mom calls, my mom's taking care of my baby. So my mom calls me and she tells me, hey, you need to come home. So I rush home. And it's been working, but at the same time, now that she's about to be 5 months, whenever I went to her 4-month checkup, the doctor did tell me, now she can take Gerber, now she can take baby food, the first baby foods. So I said, okay, maybe, my mom will have an easier time. Well, no, because now she doesn't want the baby food. We tried to feed her a little bit of baby food, but she would, with her tongue, she would just push the spoon out. And then whenever she did have food, she'd kind of like make little faces and push it out. So I stopped because, again, if she doesn't want it the first time, I'm not going to force her. After that, I stopped. She wouldn't take a syringe like some people, told me I should try. She didn't take the syringe. The pacifier's been out, for a while. The bottle, like I said, the mama bottle, she did like that. But for some reason, recently, she doesn't want to take it. I I'd pump, but now I guess my body, after a while, it gets used to only how much milk she actually wants. That my body doesn't make as much milk as I used to. So it's only to where she drinks, gets full, and she goes to sleep. And I guess my body is used to that now. I don't make enough to feed her, or to feed her and then pump. Um, I did try it once, and I only pumped out maybe 2 ounces, but I didn't try again. Um, I get discouraged, and then I get stressed out, and I've heard that stress causes you to not produce as much milk. So I didn't want to be stressed. So I just saved myself from that. Um, but now I, my mom wants, she's even told me, she wants me to have some time with my husband. So she tells me, you guys should go out one night, leave me the baby, but we know, I even know she knows that, it's going to be hard for us because of how my baby is. Um, so, I mean, if anybody has any suggestions, to me, I feel like I've tried everything. And I don't want to make her suffer, so please don't tell me, like, well, let her cry and eventually she'll take the bottle. No. Like I said, she only takes breast milk freshly pumped. Um, Sometimes not even then, but if I get lucky, she does. Formula is out because I tried like 4 different kind of formulas and she didn't like them. The nipples, she doesn't like them. I tried the latch also. That one, she took it the first day, and then that same day, probably at the end of the day, she was, she would like push the nipple to the side, and she wouldn't take it. So then I stopped giving her that one. Um, After that one she hasn't taken it at all after, like the other one. Um, the baby foods, just now, we tried again, and she ate it, not even half, but she ate some of it. What we noticed is that she only eats it one time, half, and then after that, usually she'll fall asleep, and then she cries until she has, no, until I come home. My mom calls me, I come home, she eats. Um, that's what we've noticed. She eats a little bit of Gerber, to where she's okay. She's happy. Now she eats it though, so that's good. And then she wants milk. I'm not going to try any kind of other milk. Nothing. I feel like I'm good to where I can supply enough for her. But I can't come all the time and just pump fresh milk. If I'm here, I'm going to feed her myself. Because I feel like that's just, I'm just going to feed her if I'm here. If I have her, why not? Besides, she's not going to drink the milk that's pumped for 40 minutes. So then, now she eats Gerber a little bit, and then she either falls asleep or stays awake for a while, and then whenever she demands food again, she doesn't want the Gerber anymore. We've tried that. She wants the breast. So I have to come home, I wanted to know, does anybody know of anything else to where what I can either give her, that now that she's about to be 5 months, I don't mind breastfeeding her. Especially in public now, I don't care who's around. If she's hungry, I'm feeding. Um, so that's good. But what is something else that a baby can take, or mix, with her food? I don't want to give her rice cereal because I've heard that has nothing really for her body. There's nothing good really for her. Just keep breastfeeding, and I am going to do that. I'm going to try to do that as long as I can. But whenever I'm not here, I want to make sure that she's okay. And what can I give her, or anything, just to keep her happy. Moms out there, I know there's a lot of moms that have different things. They do different things to keep their babies happy, and they do, I just want to hear them all because I want to know if there's something I haven't tried. Um, so if you could, write me a message, write me a comment. I don't care. I want to I want to know what I can do to keep her happy. So just, you know, answer me if you can. Thank you.